Back from Alpha Charts with a stocks to watch video. Today is January 21st, 2024. Before we get started, this video is for informational purposes only. These are not recommendations to buy, sell, or hold any stock or security. And I may hold positions in some of the equities mentioned. Know your time frame and risk tolerance. All right. If you haven't done so yet, please like and subscribe on my YouTube channel. You can set up the alerts. Whenever I drop a video, it will let you know. If not, just like and subscribe. It helps with the algorithm or something like that. And it makes me feel good when people like and subscribe. So that's a benefit. The other piece is you can find me on X or Twitter at AlphaCharts365. I post things all week long, a lot on weekends and throughout the whole week, really. So again, just give me a follow there. I appreciate that. And if you haven't done so yet, check out my subscriber group. It's $10 a month. I give you a boatload of content, really geared towards someone who may work outside the home or works full time. It's from midweek videos and market end videos and market notes a couple times a week, subscriber chart requests, daily market scans, annotated charts. I mean, I give you the entire gambit of a full service educational service, but I only charge $10 a month. I make it affordable for everybody. And here's the great part. It's a month-to-month thing. So there's nothing that ties you in. So you could try it for 1 month. And then if you don't like it, you just cancel it. But if you do like it and it does help you make more money in the market, well, then that was $10. That was well worth it. And so give it a try. It's only $10. And you don't like it, you can cancel anytime. Um, and uh, again, I think you're going to like it. So just go to Alpha Charts 365, click on subscribe, and come in and see if it's right for you. Okay. Again, it's my research I'm sharing with everybody. And so I'm doing the work, the hours and hours and hours of work, and I'm giving to you. So it only takes you, 30 minutes or something of that nature to do your research. And for $10 a month, I mean, that's amazing, right? That's nothing. So, come join us. Subscribe. All right, let's get to these charts. So this is the SPY, and we had a very clean breakout to all-time highs this week. Very, very beautiful look to it. And so there's really nothing to be bearish on right now. Let's just get that back to. And you see how there's divergences that got all resolved and everything looks good again. So, again, we're up to all-time highs. So there's nothing nothing bearish in the short, medium, or long term about this chart. Let's get into the names. I have about 10 or so ready for you guys. Again, on my subscriber group, I have 55 names. I have, much more information, a much longer video. And then I do a separate focus list video actually today as well. Somebody who doesn't want to spend an hour watching my videos. You know what? I give you a focus list video with my favorite 5, 7 names on it and how I would trade them. And then let's say you don't even want to spend that. I annotate all those charts and post them. And so you can just look at an annotated chart and decide if that's the right setup for you. And maybe you don't like my setup and you want to do it a little bit different. That's absolutely fine, but it puts it on your radar, makes you start thinking about the chart. Again, for $10, it's a steal. But let's get to these names. Net. First one is net, and I'm going to get rid of this because this was an old trade that we did, and there's no reason to talk about old trades. Let's talk about new trades, right? Very important supply resistance area right here, support resistance. It broke out, came back, retested, undercut the 50, and now it's starting to move higher. Very, very bullish price action here. I think at this point, you could either put your stop down here around 74 or so, or you could put it down over here, or you could even put it over here at where the VWAP is and the low of this day, or you put it underneath the 50, right? And that's the thing. I'm never going to tell you what to do, but there's multiple places where you could put your stop and have a great reward to risk, a great reward to risk a play right over here, right? You could also just play the breakout above 83, right? Maybe you want more confirmation. All right, that works, right? So again, there's multiple ways, but it's a good looking name in the right area, very defined risk. That's what I'm about. GitLab, GTLB. Again, we've been in this one in the past. Beautiful base. And now this is just kind of completing its next level base. I think a breakout here above, 70, 71. I think we could be along this name. A little extended. Maybe needs to come back just a little bit, but overall looks really nice. CRWD, CrowdStrike. Up here near all-time highs, completed this beautiful base, right? Broke out of this general area and had a great run up. Again, you see the higher lows and higher highs the whole way. And now it had made a little flag here and is trying to move higher. Just what a great looking base. Maybe it needs a handle here, right? I could definitely see a scenario where maybe this needs to, this is maybe the start of a handle and maybe just needs another week or two of a handle, but overall looks great above, 300. Gets above 300, I think we could be along CrowdStrike. DoorDash. Never used this product. So again, it makes it hard for me to, love it, but it does have a nice little base that it created here. And it's slowly but surely moving higher. And when we zoom in, we can see, I'll just move this here, another level that it just needs to break out of, right? Again, very bullish looking price action above, again, all the moving averages. Everything looks really good. You could buy the breakout and put the stop, maybe the 9-day or something like that. Very small risk. Maybe the 23-day looks like it's not that. It seems like it's respecting the 23-day. So maybe put it, near this 100 mark and just let it bounce around and trail higher and see where it goes. BRZE, this is BRZE, a software company. Again, when we look back and zoom out, it was one of those 2021 IPOs and it failed immediately. And now it's basing. Beautiful. This ended up being a very important area. As we can see, it held it multiple times. It broke out, came back, retested, held the area, and now it's moving higher. And that is a nice setup, right? I also love how all the moving averages are bunched up all together near the bottom. And this is where it held the last time. One's here and one's here. That's where, if I'm playing this name, I'd buy, potentially buy this breakout. Again, where's the breakout at? I don't know. Fail, tried once, twice, maybe third time's a charm, around 54.50-ish or so, something like that. And I'd put my stop underneath the low of this day, which was we'll call it 51.75. That's also underneath the 50-day and all the other moving averages. So again, that's just how I would play this one. But overall, it's a beautiful base, a retest, and then the bounce. And that's what I'd be playing. And very low risk, high reward. That's my goal for subscribers and for everybody, even for you guys that are watching this video. Low risk, high reward. 4. So this is Shift4 Payments. Again, it was a newer IPO, 2020, had a beautiful run up, completely failed, right? Came back, retested the IPO low, right around that $30 or so mark, and then has now run up, and doubled, right? That would have been a great spot to buy. But again, I'm not buying falling knives, and so I would never buy this ever. Maybe this was a good spot right over here on this $47 mark. Again, it failed here, and now it's back up to this area. You can see if we pull this all the way across, how important this area has been. Has support and resistance, right? It was support over here, ended up being resistance here, and all in here, and now in here. So break out above this resistance area, and I think we could be long for Shift4 Payments for FOUR. PCOR. This is another software name. It's just kind of basing higher highs, as you can see here, this peak, this peak, this peak, and higher lows, right? You can see this low, kind of this low, did undercut it here, but overall higher lows in general. So I think it's got the definition of an uptrend overall, right? 2021 IPO. And we're going to go to, I don't know, probably, 85, 86, somewhere around here. So that's a decent gain. Love how the 50 is about to cross the 200. So yeah, if it breaks out above, $70, $71, it goes to 83. That's a nice gain, right? We're talking about, 20%. I'm happy with 20% gains. Like that makes me happy. I'm not looking for the market leader for the next 3, 4, 5 years. I'm looking for the market leader over the next, 3, 4, 5 weeks, right? I'm a swing trader. That's what I'm looking for. Be in something for 4 weeks, 6 weeks, something like that. Grab the cycle up, enjoy it, and then reevaluate. TMDX. This one's a little choppier in general. This is a new IPO. Is IPO'd in 2019. Again, kind of a choppy name. About 500,000 shares get traded a day. Love the gap up, and that's why this one's on the list. 51% gap up on gigantic volume, most volume ever, right? So, a retake of the VWAP would have been a great spot, right? Somewhere around, back in November, a retake of the VWAP around $62. That would have been perfect, right? Got you to 82. And now it's been consolidating. Did try to break out here, couldn't. But what's more impressive is on this pullback. Again, let's just try to. If you see the volume, it really tailed off on the pullback and now it's starting to move higher again. It also held basically all of its moving averages as it was consolidating and just let them catch up. This looks ready for the next move. So it looks really nice. We were talking about it back here in this spot right there. It wasn't quite ready yet. Things weren't really all the way ready. I think they are now. We'll see. No one knows, right? What else we have? Okay, a couple of foreign names. So ASAI, it's a food retailer in Brazil. Don't know anything about them. So, you tell me in the chat if you want to, in the comments, if you know something about this particular group. 2021 IPO, again, newer name, starting to set up very bullishly. And we have this general area that has support and resistance right around here, right? Kind of a thinner name, so know what you got, right? But it's held the 23-day, and we now have a flattening 200. So it seems like it's working out pretty good, making this base. Again, we never know, what's going to happen. Have to get above, 14.75, $15 for me to be interested. And the last one is PAGS, another Brazilian name. So this is, I'll just pull it all the way down, a name that I own currently. I got it along Friday, I believe. Maybe it was Thursday. I don't remember when. But I'm looking for this double bottom. Again, when we kind of zoom out, we can see how, it came all the way down. Now it's basing. Now it's trying to break out of this area. And I want to play it maybe to the $17, 17 and a quarter. Again, this is the setup I posted for subscribers. So there's exactly the verbiage, and this is how I post it, right? So I post this chart, show the double bottom, show the setup, and then, one thing I do is I take all the setups I give to my subscribers. And I think that not many people will say that. That as long as I'm not fully invested, right? That's a different story. But I've actually reduced my position size so much. So I always have skin in the game when somebody takes one of my setups. Because if it's good enough for you, it's good enough for me, right? If it's good enough for me, I want to share it with you. That's it. So this is the PAGS trade. Beautiful little handle, whether you want to call this a cup and handle, one big cup and handle. If it can break out above this 13 and a quarter-ish area, that would be a great spot. I said buy at 1280. It's actually below there. You could buy at 1280 if you wanted to when it breaks, this trend line, roughly somewhere around there. So I'm obviously a little bit underwater on this trade by 20 cents, but that's absolutely fine because when we zoom in, first off, notice all the green volume, right? All we're seeing is green volume. And then beautiful consolidation right here. Moving averages are catching up. And honestly, if it just goes sideways, I'm de-risking the trade as it goes because I like to use this 23-day EMA as a stop. And that's no problem with me, right? If it's de-risking the trade, so every day as this 23-day EMA rises, you know, I'm risking less and less money. All right, so that's what I got for you. 10 names. If you haven't done so yet, check me out on X at AlphaCharts365. I think that for $10 a month, it's the risk is tiny and the reward could be really, really major for y'all. So give it a try. All right. Thank you all. Take care.